No, Midwick's. Ukher, you trust these things?
These people, you mean?
I trust the descendants of my people. Yes, they haven't. Yes.
You see, he doesn't like it, but fine. He'll put the guns in the bag, but he's going to take the cylinders out.
Okay. What's the list of things that go in your bag?
He does a disable device on his own weapons to...
Yeah, I take out the fun parts.
So what's the list of weapons that go in
the
your
list
bundle?
of weapons? List of weapons, as I've got a rapier, 2 pistols, 2 revolvers, a rapier, 2 revolvers, a pistol, and a rifle.
A medium-sized double-barrel pistol, yeah, and then the rifle. The Twin Dragons and the Devil's Imp. These are Vargon's weapons. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't carry a dagger?
Eat him. Eat him, it'll be hilarious.
Wow. Okay. Neat.
I'll shoot my way out of the worm.
Does somebody say that you don't carry a dagger? Like, huh? Hey, you can carry a dagger.
Need a knife.
Azildan, what are you putting into the bundle?
He gives his bow over, and his sickle and his dagger. Yeah, he gives everything over. All the weapons. He keeps his quivers and all that stuff.
Got it. So the bow, 2 daggers, the sickle, and the heavy mace. All go in there.
Question: are alchemical weapons considered weapons? Thunderstones.
They don't seem to be asking for those.
Okay.
Of course, Azildan's got an efficient quiver.
Bomb, 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 bomb.
They don't ask for your arrows.
Okay. Or my alchemical items.
And I guess the efficient quiver kind of looks like an empty quiver, right?
Well, it's one of those things like, what do? You ask for the wizard's tongue? Like, at some point it becomes ceremonial, right?
Yep. All right, so you guys are carrying these bundles that you basically kind of fold over the 4 corners and tie it into a knot and end up carrying it. Some of your weapons are sticking out of the bundles, obviously. But you walk your way through Bartertown towards the gate. You wait in line. You're watching a whale being crammed through the gate. Apparently, they hunted a whale somewhere and they're bringing it through.
Okay.
Sounds like a Voslandic thing to do. The Voslander hunted a whale and they're bringing the meat to sell in Bartertown. The meat and bones to sell in Bartertown.
Do you need a hand?
Yeah, Ukher ends up, can't resist lifting up a many-ton whale to go throw its blubber onto the beach. But eventually they do sing a song. They actually give small offerings to Mojo, so several of Mojo's men that end up singing the song. Without musical training, it would be very hard to remember what it is.
We have a bard.
Yes. I will make Lokrik. Lokrik is making little notes on his on a piece of vellum, and let's see how well he dissects the Songgate song for Gesaria, which is the name of the country. The name of the world is Targos. Why can't I find his skills? There we go. Perform sing. 1d20 plus 15. He will spend a mythic point in this because he doesn't want to fuck up. What are his boosts at? Plus 8?
Plus 8.
Gets a 36. Okay, you mark down in your list of songs that you've got the song to Targos.
Okay. I really need to put this list on a different page. So Targos.
And I'm going to send you to another map.
Source was Bartertown.
Yeah, the source is Bartertown.
Yep. Gate is in Tebb at monument to get Gazen? Jesus, what the? I'm having a brain fart.
Targos, the name is on the map. The temple city of Tebb is the capital city of Gesaria, or whatever's left of Gesaria, which is the country. Targos, Gesaria, Tebb.
Temple city of Tebb.
All right, the gate opens up into an opulent and high-ceilinged room full of these shoe dog kind of statues made out of bronze. I think I'm calling them the right thing. No, foo dog statues. Foo dogs and foo lion statues. You've seen these before. They're like Oriental or Asian, sorry.
Yeah, the guardian lions.
Yeah, the guardian lions, like the huge guardian lions. You're like, oh, those would make some big golems if that was the thing. There are many servants here, and Ukher, it's been a long time since you've been surrounded by so many people. You're like, is that guy a Kunian, or is he? What are the races? Give me a moment. There are Kunians, Ugoran, Aveshi, Yamane. There are those that you can't tell or might be mix, all wearing various orange robes marking them as monks of all ages. Some of them are more fancy dressed, however. There seem to be a lot of bureaucrats wandering around, and I'll zoom in on that token.
Oh, we're gonna have noodles and chungo and baozi and youtiao.
There are some bureaucrats that approach and go and speak to some of the monks who are speaking on behalf of the wise old master. There's a bit of bowing and a very respectful looking interaction. They are now talking about you, Ukher. You can understand Yuguo, and the bureaucrats are speaking Yuguo.
High dynastic.
High dynastic.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Welcome to the temple city of Tebb.
Ukher will step forward and bow.
Okay.
Azildan does the same thing.
Yeah, Lokrik does the same thing.
Midwick does the same thing.
Okay, Midwick just follows. He looks at all of your bundles of weapons. He claps his hands. There are some servant monks that come over, and two 10-year-old boys, each grabbing the big sack of
Good
weapons.
luck moving the sack with Jotengranner in it.
Gurg. All right, they try. More boys come out. There's 6 of them now trying to push the bag. It's not happening.
Where would you like the bag to go?
He points over, and you can see that in between these very large foo dogs and foo lion statues, it seems to go lion, dog, and then the opposite on the other side are actual doors that lead into other chambers, and one of these side chambers opens up, and you can see that there are little cubby holes to put things in.
Okay.
Most of the cubby holes are empty, but some of them have packets there. They each give you a token with some number on it that matches the cubby hole that they stuff your weapons into. Ukher just puts it up high somewhere obnoxious.
The thought crossed his mind of, if I put it right by the door so the door doesn't open.
When you leave the holy city of Tebb, when you leave the palace grounds, show a servant or a monk this token, and your weapons will be brought to you. We mean this as no disrespect. We mean this as no disrespect to warriors. From the lands that you come from, we only wish for Gesar's wish to continue here, and for this palace to be a palace of peace.
Violence-free zone. They have great respect for warrior.
Yeah, alright.
He nods to you. The monks at Bartertown have said that you are here to...
He's speaking High Dynastic or Yuval?
Yeah, High Dynastic, yeah. The monks of Bartertown say that you are here to see our Great Lama, that you wish to mingle at his court.
Yes, I seek guidance on both the path of Gesar and the personal conflict.
Make sure they get comfortable places, says the wise old master. They are guests of the monks of Tebb. This one, them all, I suspect, are special. They nod, and apparently with those words, you're given simple quarters in the palace. Simple, clean. They don't have beds that are mattressy. They have kind of like a thin mat on the floor with a tiny pillow. A little down blanket kind of off to the side, folded up. Just in case this place...
Monks, this is downright luxurious.
Oh yeah, the ornateness of this temple, you think that there's enough bronze here that entire kingdom worth of bronze has been moved into this palace. Then you begin to get a look at what the palace is like. You look at a window, and if you zoom out a little bit, you'll see you are somewhere inside of the temple city of Tebb.
Wow.
Huh.
So we're going to go. I don't know about the rest of these guys, but Ukher's going off to like explore.
Okay.
Wait here. How long will you be gone? I'll try to be back before they say they will be back, because I want to go explore.
Okay. Are you guys going to explore together, or are you all splitting up?
Yeah.
I'm
gonna
cool.
go,
I'm cool guiding, and if people are being whiny pants, then they can stay home.
Okay.
I'm going with Ukher. This is interesting.
You start patrolling or you start wandering around the palace. You realize that the palace is home to not only monks, but these bureaucrats. There does look like there's a city around you, kind of below the steps, but this building is almost like a city. People live and work here. There's a lot of transcribing. You find a whole area where you do not know what they're copying, but there's at least 200 scribes all busily writing from one paper to another, reading from one paper, writing to another.
And this is why I am Bokai. Bokari.
Yeah.
You do see where the books are coming from and where they're going, or where the scrolls are going.
Is it? I can hear, or I can see a little bit and piece. Is it look like a novel? Does it look like historical documents? Does it look like...
This particular room you're in is talking about Gesar. And they seem to be translating it from one language to another. And then Gesar said to his fifth servant... that's where it stops.
Whatever. Yeah. Fetch me a goat, and there shall be 3, or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the middle of some grand story. You'd hear 2 scribes arguing in low dynastic over the meaning of a word.
Do I know the word?
Give me a linguistics check.
Because I know... I learned a couple of languages that weren't common. 21.
Okay. Do you interject with your interpretation of the word?
Only if I... Sure.
One guy is wrong.
Well, yeah.
Is the wrong one older or younger looking?
The wrong one's older.
How wrong is he?
He's interpreting a bald pate as the word horn. It's an old word, but you know the root of it.
It means bald spot.
No, it doesn't. Yes,
Yes,
Master,
it
that's
does.
what I'm trying to tell you. They did not have horns. Nowhere else does it all mentions that they were all bald. Oh, they all had horns. He says the word that you think what it means. But that would make them demons or something, Master. They showed no penchant for that. There are fey creatures that have horns and yet are not demonic.
Did anybody prepare a comprehend language today?
You don't know Low Dynastic?
Oh, I know Low Dynastic.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
We've got
I
a
speak-
tongues. We've got a tongue spell prepared.
That's okay. This says I'll read it in both High Dynastic, Low Dynastic.
Okay, you end up helping them out. The guy ends up. You don't have the look of a scholar, says the old man. Who are you?
I am
What are you
a
doing in
Bokari.
here?
I have comprehend languages.
I am a Bokari of the Urakun.
Bakari,
Here.
the guy says.
Here's your potion, Ukher.
I did not know there was any wrestling allowed in the palace.
No. We are here for visit with the Great Lama. I am trying to follow Gesar.
Dressed like that, he says.
I told you. No, I understand.
Master, we need to get back.
Where is a good place to get noodle?
He points you to the kitchens. Fast forward 20 minutes, you find the kitchens by following Ukher's nose that has scent, and he's happy as he's eating from this gigantic bowl of noodles with the proper spices. Took you a few tries to try it. With your bellies full. Some servants catch up to you, and they seem to want to bring you to a place to get you properly clothed.
Okay.
Which basically means stripping out of your armor and giving you like loose yellow robes, which seems to be the robes of not a priest but more of a visitor. Like they know exactly that you're a visitor.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good thing they gave me a robe, because otherwise I might have blended in.
They then don't seem to like tell you much. They leave. It is nearing the end of the day after you've wandered around the palace a little bit. You find some bards reading aloud Gesar's story, but it's almost like they're reading aloud to get through it, not reading aloud to make a theatrical performance out of it. It's a lot of muttering and a lot of
By bard, you mean these are just a bunch of clerics
yeah.
with low charisma scores?
Yeah.
Can't channel for shit.
Yeah.
Hey!
You heard me.
Try hard!
Okay. Roll a d8, please. Somebody.
Okay. 7. Hours later.
Okay. You're walking down a hallway looking at like depictions of art, and there are stories that are all over on the hallway. Like it's almost every room's got something neat in it. And there's a man flanked with a bunch of fighting monks, like a whole group of them, that is just marching down the hallway with great... he has an air of officiousness around him. He's at the head of the column of many no-nonsense looking fighting monks.
Huh.
Hey, Fang. Oh, come on, you guys gotta get that one.
He stops, and all the monks just stop as well. Who are you?
We are visitors to see Lama.
I was not aware that any new visitors have joined his court. You must have just arrived.
We arrived earlier today.
He seems annoyed, but then recovers. His nostrils flare a little bit. What is your business here?
We are trying to seek guidance and a pathway to Gesaria.
Gesaria is closed. You should return from whence you came.
Gesaria is not closed. It is merely hard to get to.
Very well. If you wish to wander on a fool's errand, you can.
Ukher kind of like rocks back. He's called me a fool and fooler.
Stay what?
It will
Who is
be
your sponsor? And he looks at your robes. He kind of looks. He pauses when he looks at the dwarf, and then at the gnome, like he's not sure about them. Like maybe that's the first time he's met a dwarf and a gnome.
The wise old guy is. Did he have a name?
He never gave you his name.
He just So Tycho was the only guy who gave us a name.
Yep.
So
Tycho and his wise master.
That explains it. They have spent too much time at Bartertown. Out of my way, that's what he says.
how wide is the hallway?
Not wide enough for him and his column to march through without you standing off to the side.
We'll stand off to the side.
Okay. Lokrik
But he'll
does
stand
okay.
there, quite big and strong looking.
Got it. The column, he walks right by you. The column does have to scrunch a little bit to get by you, and they're not as, well, as...
All right, monk, take
Arrogant.
away my swords and my hammers and stuff, and be like, "Oh,
Yep.
why can't you punch?"
Not all of them are very friendly, says Lokrik. I wonder who that was.
I know his type. I grew up around those.
He did
Well,
not...
I thought you would have figured out by now. Monks are dicks.
Aren't you a sort of monk? says Lokrik.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
also kind of a dick. I don't know if you ain't noticed.
you get a slight smile out of Lokrik. He's not going to disagree. All right, then you continue going through, and eventually you find your way into like a garden within the place. Somehow natural light is coming through the hole in the ceiling, although you're pretty sure there are many floors above it. It might involve mirrors and a big tube. There's peacocks wandering around, and there's the wonderful fountains with these strange foo dogs and foo lions kind of spouting out water all over the fountains. There's some people that are dressed not in monk gear, but they're dressed in like court garb.
Okay.
And not all the people in the court are human. There are some strange looking things in the court. And I'll just draw like a box, and I'll stick some tokens in there.
Do you see how good Ukher is? He hasn't moved a single large bronze statue for his own enjoyment.
At least they don't all look like they're from this place.
Ooh.
You took
Oh, that guy. That was awesome.
egg. It's egg.
There are two centaurs. They don't have bows, but they would have bows if they were outside. There are two centaurs. They look quite young. Oddly colored skin. One of them has pointed ears. I'll just zoom in on the map here. Talking to a flamboyantly dressed man who's got the accoutrements perhaps of a wizard. That was weird.
Also, the fuzz.
Yep. There is what can be described as knowledge nature, or knowledge arcana, whichever one you want.
I've got lots of it. Arcana, that is.
Yep.
And by lots of it, I mean a point. 14!
Okay.
Knowledge nature.
You know that this is a humanoid, but they probably are somehow draconic with a 14. And there are two human-looking knights in full plate armor. They don't have any weapons, but somehow they've been allowed to keep their armor.
Does it look more like a Nalburn style?
It looks kind of Nalburnese, maybe a little more advanced than the Nalburnese. A little bit more maneuverability. They're about 6'6", really large, and the draconic-looking creature is a woman. She does not look like she's been given a visitor's gown. The centaurs have, though. They have this gown that's awkwardly cut and just kind of going over the front half of them.
This is really cool.
It's really weird.
Ah, greetings, friends.
Hello. Ukher will come forward.
Welcome
and
to
offer-
welcome to the Peacock Gardens.
It is,
I heard
nice
you had
garden.
new strangers from Bartertown. Not very often that they want to come here, but more and more each day. I assume you are here to bask in the presence of our Great Lama.
I am here to find my way.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Don't be shy. I am Lokrik. Ah,
Can we understand him?
Korobukuru is what he says.
Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah, you can understand him.
Oh. Guess you can call me Jorge.
What?
He nods and smiles to you. Oh, hey, it is.
Since when can we call you Jorge?
Just go ahead.
Come forward, he says to you. Like this sort of...
waving to Azzy. Come
Yeah.
on, it's all right. Like it's a cat.
I
who's
don't know. You
hiding
look
under the
like a
bed.
toucher.
I like you, is what he says. I'm Hustafa Cheng. He's Imperial Lama's teacher. He is very curious about the visitors that come here.
Does he smell like spell components?
Yeah.
Do you teach magic? You smell like magic.
I am a magician amongst other things.
It is good to have a magician teacher.
Yes. If you want to be able to speak, drink from the fountain of tongues.
Oh, serve me a
That is the coolest. Ukher's gonna.
Yeah, Azildan will go take some of that.
Okay? It is often that strangers come together and that language that is shared is the first path to peace and understanding.
Craft alchemy.
Sure.
Yeah, or just grab it and look at it. You don't have to craft anything.
Well,
It
I mean, that's the
it is a
rule.
kind of a creepy looking fountain. It's sort of in an alcove, and there are like hundreds of like the open bushes, mouths, like with lips and tongues that are just sort of water's pouring out of. There's one very large mouth that is pouring water into it.
48.
Yeah, it's the fountain. It's the fountain that's magical, not the water. There's nothing
Okay,
in
so
the
the
water.
fountain is
Yeah.
creating
Yep.
basically a tongues potion
Yep.
type effect. Okay.
You look at the water and kind of examine it. You probably need a lab, but you doubt the efficacy lasts long beyond when the water is taken.
Okay.
Ukher's gonna just sort of over his shoulder, kind of.
You know I can speak dragon.
And before he drinks the water, just to sort of let the room know that he can speak Draconic. There's a dragon lady. It's gotta be awesome.
Interesting, she says.
There are many. I have met many dragon in my travel.
So there are
Some
lots of little
very
ladles
strong.
for you to go and drink the water if you can. Lokrik goes over and drinks it. Was Azildan drinking? You said he was? Yeah.
Yeah, Azildan's drinking.
Are you an elf? Says the woman centaur.
Midwick gets some.
No. Half.
Half elf. I guess that would make us half horses, and they both laugh.
Yeah, it would.
Okay, they laugh like it's not an insult.
Centaur.
Welcome,
Centaur over there.
welcome,
There's-
half elf. And have what, I might wonder?
Human? What? Like, he's looking at them like, are you fucking dumb? Like,
You've come here to seek the wisdom of the Great Lama, haven't you?
no, I'm just following the big guy.
Oh, you're a follower. They look disappointed.
I aren't gonna take any guff from folk who don't even know how to wear pants. He walks away.
A centaur in pants. Actually, he says a Targosian in pants, and they both laugh like they're really good humored.
Don't worry. When you get to know him, he's still kind of prickly, but a nicer kind of prickly.
Shall we speak Draconic, or are we going to speak in a language that the others can understand?
We can all understand you. We've all taken sips.
Yeah, pretty much. We can all understand it.
Very well then.
Either way.
Are you from the lands of the sovereignty?
No.
Nope.
Interesting.
We did meet a very powerful gold warrior, though.
What was his name?
Oh.
Give me a second.
And are you beholden to this gold dragon?
No.
Do you swear to him as your fealty? Do you swear fealty to him as your lord?
No, I
No.
I had to prove I was stronger than him. That's all.
Really? She says.
Yes.
Gold dragons. In competition with men over strength. How far they have tarnished, she says.
Well,
He was very strong.
my suspicion is it wasn't in competition with men so much as man, and he just kind of this guy.
Interesting. And you said that you beat this dragon. What was his name?
I know Adam knows his name. Give me a second.
You mean Ukher?
Zogren. Zogren the Golden.
Zongren, yeah.
Zongren. Now the competition was unfair for me to compete against him, so I just had to do display afterwards.
A mercenary and a ronin. One who has abandoned his masters to seek out personal glory. We have no time for such foolishness.
That is foolishness.
Agreed. She says as she glances more at Azildan.
It's one of those, oh, I was supposed to talk to the horses and you were supposed to talk to the dragon lady. I see how this was supposed to work.
I am sovereign-born ambassador Squilla Arjun Zarong. I am here on behalf of the sovereignty.
Ukher not such. And I am here on behalf of me. And I guess Thor, sort of. I guess. Mostly me.
Doesn't sound very good.
Are you mercenaries? You have the look of
No.
mercenaries.
No, we are not mercenaries. Thank you very much.
My apologies. I am in the market for mercenaries.
We are heroes.
Heroes?
Well, I rather use the term loosely.
I'm
As
also
he
in
has
the
had a difficult time.
market for
One
heroes.
man's hero is another man's villain.
Are you afraid of demons?
I
No,
rather despise them, actually.
Interesting. I hope that you find what you're looking for here. Be sure to talk to me before you leave. I may have all sorts of heroic work for you to do.
Heroes of Ages.
Heroes of Aegis. She glanced at all of you.
Everyone kind of just like sort of kicks Midwick to the side.
Yep. It was a pleasure
Just
meeting
kind
you.
of a tag along.
It was a pleasure meeting you, heroes of ages. I'll be sure to remember that name. If you'll excuse me, I have other appointments to get to.
Evening, Ambassador.
It was good talking to you, Sky Hunter and Summer Moon. I hope you find the peace that you're seeking. Thanks. She trenches off with these two soldiers that
Go
don't.
talk to centaurs.
Yep.
I don't know.
Do I speak Sylvan?
Hi, Ukher, not such. I'll hold a hand out to shake.
Oh, hi. You look Acunian.
Cause I am.
Wait.
You are a centaur and a centress.
No, I'm Targosian.
Targosian. I heard you are a great warrior and strong with bow.
I'm okay with a bow. I think Sky Hunters.
You've just heard of these people now.
No. They
I'm
were
okay with a bow.
stories.
Sky Hunter's much better. Now, that time that you took down that worm. Oh, yeah. That would have eaten your
Those ain't
foot.
good for nothing now.
Worm, little dumb dragon worm, or worm like purple sand creature worm.
Unfortunately, it was just a baby. They're very hungry. WORM is what he says. Worm crawling through the muck. Some of them get quite dangerous and big. Unfortunately, we ran into a lot of them. They would have eaten us. Looked like they were recently hatched and abandoned by their mother.
He killed 5 dragons in as many days.
Really? Why would you
Norm.
want to kill a dragon?
The Norms, they're very evil. They are warriors of the end time.
Our people hunted dragons when they ran out of things to hunt. And that's before they found the other continent and the Songgate. They knew about the Songgate. Still, the tribes now fight amongst each other. We are not the great people that we once were.
Were you hunting chromatic or metallic?
Our tribal chiefs still have the bones and teeth and the scales of those great worms.
I suppose it's very similar story. There is a king with bones and teeth and scale.
We are
Of
here to see the Great
Lenore.
Lama, to seek his wisdom. Our people have fallen. They are not the great warriors they once were. We fight amongst ourselves. We've become tribal, much like the Acunians in the old age.
You need a great leader to unite the tribe.
Which
Yeah, you can go home now.
That is how Acunian did it. They had one great leader who unite all little clan.
Unite suggests fighting. I do not wish the Targosians to fight each other. Many of our best warriors have gone off to other worlds, hire themselves out as mercenaries. Others have gone to the other continent, where there are menfolk there to be conquered. Still, some stay here, in Gesaria, and fight amongst themselves. You are right. Maybe if someone could lift Gesar's hammer, they might follow him.
I am very good at lifting hammer.
Alright, he's just gonna ask, where's the hammer?
Do you know where Gesar's hammer is?
He'll go lift it right now.
We would not want to send you to your death, friend. Many have tried.
But
Challenge accepted.
this is one of those like, please, quest giver, give me the quest.
just tell him.
Well, the stories are written down here somewhere. They could probably tell you much better than we can. And no one goes there anymore. The great Ouroborous guards the crypt.
What's an Ouroborous?
It's a snake bigger than the world that eats its own tail.
Wait.
Azildan's a little bit blanched as he remembers a scene
Yeah.
in hell when he was in the basement.
Yeah, the basement.
Marty, does this remind Midwick of anything?
I don't know. What do you-
The symbol that he had was a snake that was going around in a circle, or it was a serpent, or it was a dragon. Is it the same kind of thing?
I actually am drawing a blank. You need to help me out. What?
When I got my mythic stone,
Yep.
there was the dragon that was inside, and before the dragon that gave it to me was already in a circle. Maybe okay. If it's not connected,
It sounds similar. Like a dragon eating its own tail might be a snake eating its own tail.
It's a symbol in many mythologies.
Yep.
Is crypt on Gesaria.
No. Gesar came here, says Sky Hunter, like he's telling you something you should know if you were 5.
I kind of know.
I need to go to Gesaria.
Although
but
he
if
did
there
come
is-
from Gesaria, didn't he? Yeah, I think so.
Yes. He united the Ikunian people.
And after he made his conquest there, he came to
Yes.
here. He also went to other kingdoms.
And our people had a golden age of peace between tribe.
Ours
All
too.
tribes
all-
united.
After all the killing, that is.
Although we didn't become Targosians until after Gesar. That's right.
What were you before?
She smiles. You're so silly.
Humans who fuck horses.
I'm pretty certain that's not how it works.
That seems to anger Sky Hunter finally. How dare you speak ill of Tartaros, our god?
I don't know who that is.
Knowledge, religion.
Sure.
I'm assuming it's God. The hint being our God. 27.
Tartaros is one of the names of Gesar's generals. It's not a god that you're aware of.
Is that the same Tartaros who was a general of Gesar?
I think I am done talking to these ones.
Maybe it's a god like my god's a god.
Yes. Tartaros was one of Gesar's generals before he became a god.
But in our stories, he was human.
Well, a long time ago he was. He was a Kunian.
Then how did he become god of Centaur?
Oh,
Or
Sky
Targosian?
Hunter, they don't know any better, she says.
It was just a joke. You should see how many diaper references I make for this one. He points at Midwick.
You must excuse him. Tartaros is a very proud deity. He is a deity of war in the red sky. You should read more. This palace is full of verses.
It is good advice.
Yeah, here's my recommendation. Wait till the end of Ragnarok, because it might all be irrelevant anyway.
I don't know.
Is the weather weird here? Like, actually, I'll ask.
Is the weather weird here for now?
They spoke something about the
Late spring?
the
In the
winds.
winter?
The winds not shifting yet.
Okay, you win. On the Ragnarok thing.
Yeah, I told you.
What's Ragnarok? She says.
We were heroes brought from a place called Vosgard, where they have many gods coming together for war. And I am, with my compatriots, supposed to fight in this war with gods. And if we win the war, then not everything is destroyed. And if we lose the war, then we don't know, because we're not supposed to lose.
It all depends on who wins.
That's
But-
why they're singing to get Gesar to come back, so that he can win.
Yeah. and some of the monks think that I might be Gesar reincarnate. I don't know.
They
But
think
I
everything's reincarnated, she says. They're funny.
what I do know is I am the strongest.
No. There are some... There are some of the strongest are us Targosians. I've seen them.
Now, you're like children to him.
No, trust me. You see that huge.
You can ride on my back, yet you couldn't pick me up, she says.
He could pick
Hey,
you
Ukher.
up and throw you at your friend.
I wouldn't touch a lady without some permission first, but might I pick you up?
Wait. One hand.
Ukher, only one hand.
You're just going to hurt your back. Your backs
My
are so
back-
weak because they stand upright.
Now this is starting to become a thing.
She's smiling while she's saying that.
Okay.
Says the people need to be shot if they break a leg.
Ukher, I'll tell you what. Ukher, I'll tell you what. Why don't you just pick up that big bulgers way down there?
Is there boulders in here?
No.
There's big statues and blocks and things. I guess there's a block you could rip out of the wall and pick it up.
I don't want to rip anything out of the wall. So I'll pick her up.
What the? She squirms a little bit. She's laughing. Summer
Do a
moon,
few
come,
reps now.
says Sky
A few
Hunter as he
reps.
comes clopping around and he sees this and he stops. What are you doing? How?
I am demonstrating my... Hi.
Put her down. He goes running in. No, it's okay. I said he could.
I'll put.
I got an idea. You, big guy. Try and move him.
I must remind you, no violence in here. Says
No,
Mustafar.
no,
He's
it's-
giggling over by the fountain as he sips a little bit more.
He's not going to hit him. He's going to try and move it.
All right. So the centaur man starts pushing. What's your CMD?
Redonkulous.
If I'm not raging or doing anything, it's 42. More versus bull rush.
Okay. He pushes. He gives you a hip
Oh.
check. He pushes. No. He can't push you. Come on, push him. A carrot. She starts to help, and they start laughing at Ukher. He's like a statue. It's like his feet have grown into the root of the world.
You grow roots on feet. Brr.
You are strong.
I am Great Bukari.
Thanks to the tongue spell, it actually kind of translates to like wrestler.
I am great wrestler.
Yeah.
I am strongest.
Pleasure to meet you, strong man.
Ukher.
But there are
Hold up my hand.
still some amongst the Targosians that would best you. Says
No,
Skylander.
no.
There wouldn't. No.
If there are any that you think are good, send them to me or let me know. I will find them and we can try.
Not all Targosians enjoy being in a place where they do not have weapons. Well,
Oh, we
Ukher-
can try and place with weapons. That's fine too.
He smiles. It's not why we're here, but we can send you off in the right direction if you want.
I would like to know where to go. First, I have to fight God War, but I will be back. Or I will be dead in God War.
God War, and then she starts filling them in with what you said, and they leave. They both kind of bow, but it's a little bit awkward when, you know, you've got a horse coming out of your lower torso, but...
They probably for them. It's probably smooth.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty smooth. Listening to all this was Hustafar. He's just grinning at all of you. as
So
he-
I got a question
Listen
now
to all
that
of
they're
it.
gone.
Yeah.
Where do they poop?
What?
Hustafar's laughing. It
Maybe
is
out
like
of their
there are
mouths.
5. Out the back, he says.
Yeah, I figured that much.
It probably doesn't smell good.
No, it must be massive. I mean, a chamber pot. I mean, you better hope there was nothing in there to begin with, because that's gonna overflow.
I shall go to see and tell the Great Lama of those who have come here, and of their great humor and strength.
Who is the grumpy monk with the guards in the hall?
You must be making reference to either Hei Fang or with the gods? No, not Madakar. Madakar, dead snake, is just very depressed.
No, this was not depressed. He was grumpy. Not same thing.
High Fang is a chancellor. He does not believe that we should respect the old ways of Gesar. He thinks that Gesar would have made different rules here if he knew how things turned out. But we must respect the peace that he laid down. For when Gesar came here, this great palace temple was but a shrine in comparison, and the monks there and the Lama at the time impressed him so that he said he would cast aside his warring ways only within the temple. And then later on, the priests themselves convinced Gesar to make his capital here. And then even further, they knew that Gesar in his old age still had a great amount of zeal for wandering the worlds and conquering and seeing things and exploring, but he was not a young man any longer, and he had created many kingdoms that needed his management. It was then that they took his two favorite weapons and put in it his zeal of youth. In his hammer and his bow, they did put the idealism of a young man, an explorer, so that from time to time he could grasp them in his hands and remember the days and the feeling, but also to set them down when it was time to rule, time to make the hard decisions. That was long ago.
Jotengrenner is Ukher's hammer.
Ah, I hear that it had a very heavy pack coming in through the gate. I look forward to hearing your stories, hearing what you have to say to our greatest leader, the Great Lama.
It is, hopefully it turns out good.
He is eager to meet the Korobakuro and the half-elf, he says, like it's a new word to him, as well as a Bakari, who claims that he is from Gesaria. I am very sorry.
That is not comforting.
Take comfort in knowing that Tebb, the Valley of Tebb, houses many of the people from your world, even recently, and that we, the people of Tebb and the people of Gesaria, are from Gesaria. Our genealogies can be traced back to that time, and even before that.
I need to get back to Gesaria.
Do you have a death wish?
No, we're gonna go and clean up there. That's all.
I need to visit the mountain of my ancestor, and I need to fight a battle that I couldn't win before.
I see. Is there something that we can help with?
We need to know the song.
No. Song is easy. Throwing away your life is easy. Is there something that we can help you
How
with?
do we kill the vermin, the demon vermin,
Yes.
beyond smash it flat?
Knowing your enemy is important. But I sense there is something else. Something... You are not only a Kunian. This much I know.
I have been bitten by a... I've been cursed by a god.
Yes, an inner struggle. Inner struggle must be conquered before you can have great effect on the world around you.
A great oracle of Yggdrasil showed me the way to control the curse is by defeating it with bear.
Yes, a big tree.
So I will...
Been on this tree. Bitten by a wolf? He seems to be piecing things together. We have oracles here too.
Are you the Great Lama?
I am not the Great Lama, I am his teacher.
That would be really convenient.
But I am also here to learn about you. I am helping the Great Lama learn.
When is the moon here? The 14th?
There is a moon here. The moon shall happen. Is it possible the moon never becomes full?
I don't think so.
Could it always be just on the horizon?
Yeah, it'd have to be a polar orbit. A weird polar orbit might do that.
Our moon never rise, and our moon never is pregnant in the sky.
Okay, for us.
It only peaks. You would have to be very far up to see its entirety.
Was Gesar bit by wolf?
No. Gesar was not bit by a wolf, but Gesar did many things. He slew many creatures, wielded many weapons, conquered many peoples, spared many lives, and also took more than his share.
Was he by chance one of the people of the bear?
Gesar was a Kunian, yes. Kunians come from various stock. There are arguments that cannot be answered as to which tribe he came from, but know that he was the best of the best. He inspires even great men to do great things. Thousands have given their lives simply to tell his tale for the rest of the time, hoping to convince him out of his hidden place. I see the tales of Gesar have even spread to the worlds that you are from. Perhaps he has conquered there, or others have conquered in his name. He is a wise king and a brave hero in his youth, and sometimes a brave hero in his old years too, whenever he took up his hammer and his bow.
Gesar made his way to Runeshod, place of many hero. This is where God's battle is.
Runeshod. I've never heard of this place.
It is on Vosgard.
Ah, yes. This
Temple
place
on Vosgard.
I have heard of through the monks that trade in Bartertown, and through some of
The
the
Vosgard
strange
Temple.
ships. Strange gods?
Yes. But they are very powerful.
Have you ever ridden on one of those ships before?
Which ships?